All right, we are live. What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. We are on day 11 of 2025, and I pray that all is well with you wherever you are in the world. Definitely keeping in prayer those who are on the West Coast, many of you who are being affected by the fires and the tragedy happening over there. But I just wanted to come on live to test some things out, and I brought a friend to help me along the way. And so, Miguel, glad you are here. I saw you go live yesterday or 2 days ago, and I said, I need to go live as well. And so, thank you for your willingness to jump on this live with me. Uh, can you briefly tell the people who you are and where you are?
Well, I am Miguel, aka Migs, Pastor Miguel, Pastor Sarant, whichever one. Currently in the well, I live in Maryland, but I pastor in Washington D.C. And yeah, man, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be a part of this journey. Listen, let's do this more often, man. Let's find new ways to try new things, explore.
Agreed,
Let's do
agreed.
the things. Let's push
Because
the
this is
buttons.
this is a cool way to connect. Because I mean, we both
Yeah.
tinker around with stuff and test things out. So why not do it together,
Mhm.
right? Why not learn from each other and connect at the same time? So it's like a win-win, right? So I'm grateful because I've learned a lot from you personally. And I learned some more things this afternoon with you in Ecamm, and I'm just like testing it out in real time. And so there's a blessing in collaboration. Blessing in collaboration. So shout out to everybody who's joining the live. I see 5 people watching. This is just a test, just a conversation between two friends. Miguel, tell me, what are you trying to do in 2025?
I don't have a definitive goal. Like, I wish I could say I'm gonna drop a podcast that's going to revolutionize the world. I
You
don't know.
could. You could.
I would, I am going to do something. Like, let me put it like that. I'm going to do something. I think this year I'm focused on finding my reps, like, making space to do this as often as possible, and then partnering with people that know how to do this well, right? Because you can practice the wrong things too, right?
Yeah.
Um, and so,
Hey, Alvaro.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, we're going live on my church's platform. We're taking our Wednesday night prayer meeting, going live, and kind of trying to push that forward. I think that's a great opportunity. I heard Kirk say this in his last presentation at Pell. Like, the church, we already have a lot of the things that the world is already looking for.
Mm,
I think if we package it differently and we have our end viewers in mind a little bit more, and we're intentional about finding our audience, we can tap into a vein there
nice.
that is limitless, and so, I think there's opportunities for us to speak life into this world where, honestly, it's not hard to find negativity. It's not hard
It's
to
everywhere.
scroll through, and yeah, and social media is a weird space where
Yeah.
we go to it to feel better, but we end up
Being
feeling
more
worse
depressed.
sometimes. Yeah. So it's a weird space. And so if we can be a voice of life, positivity, something, I think I could look back at 2025 at the end and say, man, I've done a good thing because at least I've attempted to put something out there to help change someone's day.
That's
And I
awesome.
don't need huge numbers. Yeah. I
All
just
you
need
need
one.
is
Just need one.
that one person. Yeah, that one person. Because I heard somebody
That's
say
it.
once, if you're trying to
That's
reach
it.
everybody, you're gonna reach nobody. And so you got to be
Yeah. Yeah.
specific about who you want to reach, and you got to be honest about where they are. I mean, my audience is probably not on TikTok, but they're
Mm,
probably on LinkedIn and YouTube. And so
yeah.
I got to be intentional in 2025 about reaching the audience that I feel called to reach. And so, Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love what you said.
yeah. What are your goals?
Honestly, I am trying to set up systems in my life so that I can help people more efficiently and effectively. So I have many gifts and talents, and oftentimes people come to me for help, and I gladly help them. And then I realize, oh, my time is limited, right? Hey, Camila on the live. Test, test, test. That's what we're doing. We're just testing and chatting, literally. Good to see you, Camila. Hope all is well in snowy Atlanta.
That's the homie right there.
Yeah. So, um, setting up systems. Hey, Dr. Lukum. Yes, sir. We are glad to see you here. He's from Richmond, Virginia. And curls of a CPA, yerp. Miguel knows who that is.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
the pastor Paul Graham is here. Yes, sir.
Ah,
The one and only,
the minister.
the infamous and famous. So I'm trying to set up systems to
Yeah,
serve people better. And you
yeah,
serve people
yeah,
better by charging them and having them, pay attention, and having a framework and system where they can be helped, where you're not burned out and they get helped and they're maximized for what they're trying to do. So shout out to my coach, Kimon Hines, who's helping me
Hey,
walk through this, like,
yeah,
hey, what you do well is your ministry and you need to charge. Stop helping people for free. And I've been helping people for
man,
free for over a decade in many ways. And so just setting up a
yeah,
system and a having the means to help more people, because what it does is it frees me to help more people so I can be a blessing to 1,000 people instead of just five
yeah.
people in 2025. So yeah, it's a no-brainer for me. And Paul Graham says he helped me 100%. That's what's up. Kimon Hines is
Yeah,
the truth. Free publicity. Somebody tag Kimon Hines right now. He's getting free publicity right now.
yeah.
Monetize your
You know
ministry.
what? We might have send him a link if he's free.
Don't do it. Don't
We
do
might
it.
have to send him a
Oh, Pierre Quinn
link.
is on the live. Oh man, you're not
Oh,
worthy to be in the same vicinity as thee, sir.
what is happening?
We've arrived, Miguel. Pierre is
What
hanging
what is
around where we
he's in
are.
the room?
He's in the
He's
room.
in the room.
In the room.
Leadership burnout needs to be a topic. That's a great one.
Yeah.
We were having a conversation last night at the church. Sable, I don't know if Sable wants me to share this idea. Okay, okay, okay. She
You
said
got the green light.
I can share it. I don't know if y'all can hear the back room. um, but leaders feel, and I think a lot of times we take for granted the fact that our leaders are human because especially if you're around like really good leaders,
Yeah.
they show up in like some supernatural ways, right? And we take for granted that they too feel all of the things. Like, man, I follow this guy who he's on YouTube. Him and his wife, they like help people build gyms and like make money with gyms. And he said
Oh,
that
what did I
when he was
just
like
do?
22, he quit his job. Huh?
Hmm.
Oh, he quit his job. Um, we
I don't
heard
know
her.
what's happening, but we'll
And
fix it.
oh, okay, okay.
Keep
And
going.
essentially, um, when he started working at a gym, then when he started becoming the manager of the gym, people started distancing. They praised him when he was the guy sleeping in the gym to save money and
Right.
working extra hard. But the moment he took the next step, there was a level of isolation. And I think a lot of leaders feel that at times where you're once the praised guy, the welcomed voice.
Hmm.
And then there's a season of isolation. Um, and so leaders feel a lot of things that sometimes we don't get to speak about openly or freely. We just
That's
kind
true.
of like digest it and move on to the next thing. And so, yeah, I think that's a great topic. I know Sable's going to do something with that for sure. And so, yeah,
Awesome.
close up on mix.
The color scheme is banging. Thank you very much, Pat. I had this overlay for several years now, just sitting on my
Yeah,
computer, and I just decided to take action with what I already had. Come on, somebody. Sometimes you just need to
yeah, yeah,
use what you already have and
yeah.
stop thinking that you have to create something new. I need a new logo. I need a
Hmm.
new this or new that. You have something you
Hmm.
can work with. So just go,
Yeah,
go, go, go.
yeah. I think that's a part of why we're doing this. Like,
Yep.
we don't have everything, right? And there's always new technology rolling around. I mean, they just had some reveals earlier, this week about new stuff that's coming out, and you can get caught up in the gas syndrome, the gear acquisition syndrome,
Yep.
right? And and that will clutter your pipeline of just getting things done. And so I'm excited to kind of like clear the table a little bit and let's try this again.
Right.
Let's give this a good try. So I'm excited for this year.
Yeah. Pat said we use what you already have, and Winston said
Yeah.
we all need an inner circle. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. To Pat's point, Pat also has quite a bit. Listen, Pat, whenever you're ready to offload some stuff, you got my number, man.
Are you talking about gear?
I'm talking about gear. I'm talking about
Okay.
gear. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Pat has a lot of
Kidding.
gadgets. I made a trade with Pat. I traded my Zoom, I think it's H6 recorder for a
Okay.
A10 Mini Pro. And
Oh,
so I wasn't using the Zoom. He wasn't using his A10 Mini Pro. So sometimes you don't have to go out and buy a new gadget. It may be in
yeah.
someone's studio or garage collecting dust, and you may have something that they may see as valuable. And so having a community is important. So shout out to Pat for the swap. And this A10 Mini Pro is doing well.
Yeah, the A10, one of the things that I want us to do at my church, and this is not my original idea. This is birthed out of, Kirk. Kirk is the one who kind of planted the seed. Using the A10 Mini Pro to set up kind of a low cost, depending on your budget, right? Because you're pastoring a couple of churches, everyone's budget isn't the same, but building out a mobile studio or setting up a studio and the A10 Mini Pro could really be that essential piece. You can put your graphics in there, your switcher, all that kind of stuff. It also, now I haven't tested out this side of things, but I know people route their sound with A10 Mini Pro as well.
Yes, you can.
Um, so it's a very capable machine, and I want to learn more about it. I don't have one at home. I only have one at the church. So I want to find a low cost way of getting into an A10 Mini Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I heard someone talking about in the chat that they lost to a bet. I don't know what you're talking about, Pat. What bet are you talking about? Oh, he bet me I wouldn't use the pocket as much, so I have to use it. Well, I mean, if you don't want it, you can give it back to me, and I can use it. But it's literally a studio in the palm of your hand that can record
Yeah.
anywhere you go. It's small. It can fit in your hand. You can get quality
Mhm,
sound, pair it with a camera, or just record the audio by itself. So think about
mhm.
an entire studio for under $200. That's what that Zoom H6 is, and it's a wonderful tool that people use in the media industry. Like think about newscasters;
Yes.
they have those
It's very
around to
popular.
get good sound. And
Yes. Yeah.
so yeah, sometimes we sit on the things that we have, Pat, instead of using them. So brush off the
Yeah.
dust
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
that Zoom H6 and use it.
I so for thinking of use cases, right? Um if you're looking to start a podcast and you may not have all your camera equipment together, or even if you do, and you have a couple of friends over and you have some mics, GP, actually I'm gonna shout you out real quick. I'm gonna show the microphone. This microphone was the first microphone that we purchased,
Yep.
and it came from you,
Yep.
right? You were like, "Yo, get this microphone," and I think it was like $70 or something like
Under
that.
$100, quality. It's
Under $100.
USB and XLR. And I have one back here. It's called the Samsung Q2U. I should do
That's
do a giveaway right now. No, not yet, not yet. But I have a Samsung
This is the
Q2U.
Samsung Q2U right here. Yeah,
and
this
so
is it.
Literally $69 or $70 for a quality microphone. You don't have to buy a Shure SM7B like I have. Don't let the gear be an excuse. And some of you are asking about cameras. What's the best camera to use? Sometimes the answer is the camera you already have, right? Some of you have iPhone 14s and 15s, and these have phenomenal cameras that you can pair up with a lapel microphone or a wireless microphone, and you can have a quality broadcast with what you have. And so don't let the gear be an excuse. Robert Kennedy has entered the chat.
We got RK3.
RK3.
Oh man. RK3 in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, to your point, you definitely leverage. Okay, so here's my thought now. Have a setup that will lend you the freedom to constantly create.
There you go.
So if there's a hitch in your system between you and creating, if there's like extra unnecessary steps, anything that's going to create a block, get it out the way, right? Now, this is also coming from a guy who owns multiple cameras, and I love cameras, all that kind of stuff.
You're a photographer.
So if your phone, I'm also a photographer, and I'm also looking to upgrade in 2025.
Wow.
Praise Lord Jesus. I'm ready for an upgrade. But yes, so if you're a person that you don't really care for the tech stuff and you just want a webcam, or there are nice webcams available, use your phone if you want to do that. Whatever allows you to sit down and just create, do that. I will also add, lighting is your friend.
Yeah.
Understanding lighting, leveraging lighting, and everyone's lighting isn't going to be the same. I'm darker. I need different lighting. I need different color temperature lighting, right? I like my lighting to look a certain way. And even right now, this is kind of like our temporary setup. So get proper lighting, invest more in your lighting. Your lighting will tell a story. It will give a mood. And you can do more with lighting. Worry about the camera last. Get the audio right.
That's a good point. Because a
Get
lot
your
of
lighting
folks,
right.
They're worried about the gear and the camera, and they don't have the adequate lighting. And the shot still looks crappy because they didn't invest in lighting. And so it's always good to use what you have and to make the adjustments with lighting, and then see, okay, when I upgrade, I will get something. But lighting truly does make a difference. It does.
Yeah. I think it was around 2020. Sable was consistently making content for her YouTube page at this point in time. And we were shooting on my old Nikon camera. Still have it. Not really made for videos. It has video features, not really made for videos. And so it would require that I would have to be there to adjust and to make sure everything is right, and then she could record. That means I'm a stopgap in her system. So what do I do? And I jokingly say I fired myself. But I was working at Best Buy some years before, and I knew that Canon, their entry-level cameras are really good with walking you through all of your settings, right? And it had a flip-out screen. It's small. It's easy to use. Good quality. I bought one used from a friend.
Yeah.
Surprised her for her birthday, and she's been powering through. Of course, whatever question she has, I can answer. If not, I can Google it. And she creates content now, and we just had to find a system that works for her.
Yeah.
The camera's small enough, it's easy to use. All the menus are there. and that's just, keep it simple.
Yeah,
Keep it
yeah.
simple.
So Camila just wrote, I agree with y'all that if you have too much to set up or worry about, it'll be easier to fall off. And so having a setup that is literally I show up and I create. Like I
Hmm.
don't have to tinker around
Hmm.
every single time. That takes away from your creativity, from your energy. And so that's why it's also important for folks to have a stationary or a set place to create content so that you don't have to set up every single time. You just show up and show out, show up and create. And so I want to pivot here before we close. What's more important, Migs? Audio or video? People people
Oh,
may tolerate people may tolerate a shaky camera. People may tolerate, a blurry image. But will
mhm.
people tolerate crappy sound?
Man, I want to shout out Shannon from Shannon Austin.
Okay.
Um, First thing first, he's going through his bout with cancer again, so we're praying for you, brother,
Yeah.
to make it through. Um, he's getting treatment right now, so we're praying for him. When I was at Madison, as an extern, we had to do rotations. I don't. Did you guys have to do that
Yes, I
too?
did. I did mine at
Were you
Madison
at
as
Were
well.
you at
Yep.
Madison as well?
Hmm.
Okay, okay. So you had to do these rotations, and you had to see Shannon at some point in time. And Shannon really drilled into me the importance of sound.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to notice sound.
Hmm.
Anytime you're in a public space, whether it's a concert or a church, the church shouldn't really know who the sound man is. If they do, it's typically because a problem has arose. Right. And so sound would be my first thing. Now, what catches people's eyes is clearly the visuals.
Visual.
That's what's going
Yes.
to grab your attention.
Yeah.
Yes, the colors and the da da da. But if the sound is not good, I'm off.
Yeah.
I'm out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gone. And for me, I'm from the radio age. I can do audio all day. So for me, it's audio. Some people might say otherwise, but you,
Yeah.
you got to get the sound right.
So one line that I love to say is that video is captivating, but
Mhm.
audio creates intimacy.
Mm.
Audio creates
Okay.
intimacy. So talk about podcasts. A lot of folks like to watch podcasts on their phone, on YouTube, on their iPad.
Hmm.
They're consuming content. But the people who listen to podcasts, they're listening while they're driving to work. They're listening while they're
That's
working
true.
out. They're on the go. They're carrying you. They're carrying you and your message and your voice with them where they are. You become a critical part of their life. They look forward to more episodes dropping. And so what you've done by podcasting is uh, you've made a commitment to show up in their life, right? And so that's why when you pod fade and you stop posting, they have a life crisis because they were they were in community with you. They had a connection with you. And so listen,
Yeah.
audio is powerful, powerful. Now, shout out to
Yeah.
video
Yeah.
and, even YouTube now has a podcast tab and, video is a big thing. It's a great way to market and to catch eyeballs. And a lot of folks
Yeah.
spend
Yeah.
time on YouTube. It's a huge search engine. And so, yes, I do think podcasts should be on YouTube as well. But don't sleep
Hmm.
on
Hmm.
the audio podcast. It is still here and it's here to stay.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's booming. It's doing well.
Oh, yeah. And you think about
It's doing
ads. Think
well.
about ads. Um,
Hmm.
you may be listening to a trusted voice and you hear them all the time. And when you hear that person that you trust make a recommendation of a product that's really good,
Hmm.
you may buy it. You may buy it. So, yeah, I truly believe that podcasting is one
Say
of the
what's
best
that?
ways for folks to leverage their influence and impact and income if you're doing it right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
RK3 said my setup
Um,
allows me to press 3 buttons and record. Yeah, that's what's up. Simplify
mhm.
your process. Camila said audio because I click out of videos all the time and just listen. Yeah.
Now, are you clicking on their comments?
I'm not clicking it now. I'm just reading them. Um, for some
Okay.
reason, when
Okay.
I click on them on this one, it doesn't cover the whole page, but I'm
Hmm.
reading them in Ecamm.
Okay. Because you could pop them up on screen.
Yeah, I was trying to do that, but for some reason, did I lose that page? No, not that, not that. I don't know what happened to the page that we had before, but
Are you
it's
looking at the comments and reactions in Ecamm?
in Ecamm. Yeah,
Okay. There should be an option if you hover over them to click and is it like add them to live or something like that. Speaking
add
of
to
which,
broadcast.
RK3 is phenomenal with that. Yeah, add to broadcast. There it is.
Add to broadcast. I'm trying to put it over the overlay, but I'll figure this thing out. I'm still relatively um, a novice to Ecamm, but I'm glad to have the opportunity to stream and chat with my friend because we're getting our reps in, talking, chatting,
Mhm.
tinkering. And there's a quote that I love that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And so
Yes.
go together. Don't go
Yes.
alone. Go together.
Yes.
Find a
Yes. Yes.
community, find a tribe, and build together. So, any parting words,
Yeah.
Miguel, before I close this stream?
Man, well, first, I can't believe that we're almost halfway through the month of January.
January, literally. Yeah.
It's insane. But man, whatever it is that you have in your hands, work with it. Work
Yep.
with it. You know, God used Moses' staff that he used for animals to part the Red Sea. You know, David just needed a few pebbles. You know, the Lord has a way of using what's in our hands, and so whatever it is, man, leverage what you already have. And I'm amazed, especially now that we're super connected with the internet, how people from around the world with less are able to be creative with what they have. And so it is not a matter of gear; it's a matter of creativity
Yeah.
and willingness.
Willingness
Willingness,
and courage.
yeah,
Courage.
courage.
Yeah.
Courage.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
that's my final message.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you all for
Yeah.
hanging out with us and for all the comments in the chat. This was a test, but we're gonna try to go live more often and just connect with our community. But you all continue to stay safe out there, whether it's cold where you are, warm, or extremely hot. Please stay safe, and we pray that you all will thrive in 2025. So that's all, folks. We'll see you next time. Peace. Have a great week.